I'm a good thing, you're a good thing, she's a good thing, yeah, we are good things. What's going on, good things? It's your girl Otisia back at it again with another video. And as you see from the title below, we are getting ready to get into another series. But before we start, I want to say hey to all my new sisters. My good thing sisters, and to all of my returning sisters, welcome back. I love you, girl. You know what it is. Before we get started, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell because you don't want to miss anything that comes your way from Good Thing. Also, please share this video to other women who you want to encourage to find their identities as well. Let's get into this video. So the purpose of this video is to reveal the truth of what identity is versus the false trending ideas of what identity is and how the world suggests us to discover it. Before we start, I have a question for you. This is the hot question of the day, of the video, okay? And it is, who are you? Or you can even ask yourself, who am I? So this is a question that has popped up multiple times in my life. And before, if you're like me, the answer to that question, I literally didn't know. I honestly hated this question at a time in my life because I didn't know how to answer it. And you know what? If you're like me a couple years ago, that is okay. If you don't know how to answer that question, who are you? Who am I? But I hope that by the end of this video, you'll be able to confidently answer this question. And for those of you who are able to confidently answer the question, still stick around because I want you to really understand the truth behind identity, and so that by the end of this video you can even say, well, yeah, I've been knew that. Or you could say, wow, I never knew that, but now I know. You know, so by the end of this video, I hope that we all are able to confidently answer these questions of who we are and, you know, be able to share this information with other people. The definition, or the Google definition of identity, is the fact of being who a person is. I don't know about you, but when I read this definition, and this is no shade to Google or anything, because technically that's true. Your identity is who you are. But that leaves me and left me for so many years with so many gaps. Like, that leaves me with gaps, okay? You're telling me that my identity is who I am, but how do I figure out who I am? How do I know? So I would, at a young age, ask adults because I just thought that they knew. You know, I mean, you're older, maybe you know your identity. How did you find out who you were? You maybe can help me. And most of the teachers and counselors will answer like, you'll figure out who you are by living a little, testing the waters, and hopefully you won't drown.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
And then so other adults and other people would just add on or continue that you'll find who you are by adventuring and figuring out what you like, basically. So after them adding that, I would just sum it up. I'm just telling you what I thought. So I'm not sure if you thought this way or you think this way, but like when I would think of identity, I would sum up that my identity, or who I am, is based off of what I like. And then that will give me even more gaps because what I like is always changing. It's literally evolving as I grow. Think about it. When I was 10 years old, what I like is completely different than when I was 15. When I was 15, a lot of things that I like, for the most part, changed when I was 18, and so on and so forth. When I was 18, the things that I liked, you know what I'm saying? Like, are you following me? Like, I adventured, I tried different things. Literally, I had blue, green, red, purple hair. Ask my mom. Like, I literally tried a lot of things that I liked at the time that I look back and be like, girl. Anywho, you know, so, you know, like what I like is always changing from 18 to now. It is, you know, that my things that I like, literally I'm new in Christ now. You know what I'm saying? I'm born again. So my desires has changed from since I was 17 and 16 years old now, and just off the simple fact and the amazing fact that I'm saved now, you know. So at the end of the day, that still confused me as a babe in Christ a couple years ago, and even till as I was studying identity now, because all my life people basically told me that my identity is basically what I like. Adventuring out, testing the waters, trying new things. You'll eventually figure out who you are by figuring out what you like. And then that leaves me with a lot of gaps. Like, I had a lot of gaps, and this is no shade to, you know, the adults or teachers that was in my elementary schools or high schools and different things like that as I was growing up. And this is not even shade to, you know, my family members and everything, because we're all trying to figure out our identities. So, I mean, just to fast forward the story, if you're like me, I started to recognize what the world identifies you as. And so, like, peep this. So as I was growing up, I started to think maybe my identity is based off of my career, my status, popularity, you know what I'm saying? Who I am, like what I'm doing at the time, because that is what the world sees you as. Think about it like this. A lot of people judge you off of first impressions, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people judge you off of, you know, history. Before some people even meet you, they're on your Facebook, they're on your Instagram, they're on your Twitter, they're on your Snapchat, automatically looking up to kind of get a background of who you are. Like, let's see what you post. Let's see, you know, oh my goodness. Yes, this wasn't even in my notes, but there are some people that automatically judge you and think they know you off of the Instagram post that you post. They think that they know you, you know what I'm saying, based off of your feed. And so I started to think maybe my identity is based off of that. Popularity, career choices, status, different things like that. That makes me who I am. So my mistakes made me who I was. My success made me who I was. And I'm not sure if you're one of those people that think that, you know what I'm saying? Even think about your parents. Your parents born you in this life. So sometimes even our parents and things that they call us or say it, you know what I'm saying, they say about us, it makes you think that they have the authority and the right to call you who you are because they born you into this world. They named you, so they can call you a bad child, or they can call you and say you're a good child. You know what I'm saying? They can call you by name and all this other stuff. So again, my idea was at one point that my identity was based off of what the world sees, because that's what they're gonna call you by anyways. But then again, that has gaps. You know, the world will identify you by what it sees, what they see, what I see, all those things. But we have to understand this. The world, human beings in general, naturally speaking, our vision has limits. And we can only see surface level. We see what is presented. And sometimes our minds, our hearts, our opinions from our deceitful flesh alters what really is. Because the world and our natural eye can't see the truth beyond the surface level. And that is because we are finite beings. That means we were created. And I want to tell you, my sisters, that we were created by God, the one and only infinite creator, God of the Bible. And not only did he create us, but one, we were created in his own image. Two, God created and filled us with purpose. And three, God who created us is all-knowing, all-present, all-powerful. Which means where we have limits, God is limitless. What we can't see, God can see way beyond it. So my point is, God is the only one who has the right and the authority to define who we are, because he is the one who created us. God is the only one who can identify us and tell us who we were created to be. What we like does not define us. What we used to do and used to be does not define us. What we're doing now, our careers, our success does not define us. Our mothers and our fathers, yeah, they have the right to name us when we were born, but they do not have the right to identify who we are and who we will become, what our purpose is. Your Instagram story does not define who you are. The followers that you have, that success is awesome, it's great, but that does not define who you are. The only person, the only one who has the right and the authority to call you who you are, to tell you what your purpose is, to identify you, to define who you are in your very existence is God of the Bible, my God. So that brings me back to our question of the day. Who are you? Some of you even ask yourself, who am I? That is a great question. Remember this. We're gonna go to our good thing definition. I shared with you earlier the Google definition of what our identity is, or what Google says identity is, and that is the fact of being who a person is, correct? Good thing definition of identity is the fact of being who God created a person to be. The definitions are very similar, okay? Very similar, but different at the same time. Google says that that identity is the fact of being who a person is. That leaves you with gaps. You're not in control of your identity. No one is in control of your identity. That doesn't really clarify who you are, but Good Thing's definition does. The fact of being who God created a person to be. And you can even make this personal when you answer the question. Who are you? Next time you're on a date, you're hanging out with friends, next time you're just asking yourself if someone random on the street asks you, you'll be able to confidently answer and use the Good Thing definition. I am who God created me to be.
And God says that He created us in His own image, that we are the work of His hand. Therefore, if any man be in Christ, he is a new creature. Old things are passed away. Behold, all things are become new. Yet to all who did receive Him, to those who believe in His name, He gave the right to become children of God. But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a peculiar people. And He says that those who are in Christ, we have been brought to fullness. For we are His workmanship, created in Christ Jesus for good works, which God prepared beforehand that we should walk in them. And God says that He knows the thoughts that He thinks towards us, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give us a future and a hope. I will praise you, O Lord, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. And last but not least, I want to encourage us that before He formed us in our mother's wombs, He knew exactly who we were. Before we were born, He sanctified us and ordained a special God-given purpose for us.
You are not defined by your past, what you have done, your works, your accomplishments, your mistakes. Your history may have marked you, but that does not have the authority to identify you. Nor are you defined by society's definition of success. It does not matter what people call you or what you even call yourself. The only one who has authority to define who you are is who created you. The one who gave you life has the right to identify you. You are who God says you are. Remember, ladies, I'm a good thing, you're a good thing, she's a good thing. Yeah, we are good things, but most importantly, we are who God says we are. I love you. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell because you don't want to miss anything that comes your way from Good Thing. And before we leave, please share this video with other good things in Christ. Share it on your Instagram, share it on your Facebook, all that good stuff, because trust me, we need more queens to know who they are, to truly walk in their full purpose, walk in the will of God for their lives. We need to walk in truth, walk in our identity in Christ. Y'all be blessed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I love y'all, and thanks for watching.